The Code of the Enchanted Forest. In a small town on the edge of a vast and mysterious forest lived a group of inseparable friends, Sophia, Leo, and Tomas. They had always been adventurers, but this time, a strange story told by the old woman of the town fueled their curiosity. There were rumors of an ancient code hidden in the heart of the forest, a secret that promised magical powers to whoever could decipher it. One afternoon, armed with a flashlight, an old map that had belonged to Sophia's grandmother, and a backpack full of provisions, they decided to enter the forest. The sun was setting behind the treetops, and a mysterious shadow loomed over them as the breeze whispered forgotten secrets. Before long, they found a clearing surrounded by tall, twisted trees. In the center was a huge stone covered in strange runes. As they approached, Sophia remembered a phrase the old woman of the town had mentioned: "The forest speaks to those who listen." They decided to sit around the stone and meditate for a moment. Then, Leo, who had always had a special affinity for nature, began to play a soft rhythm on his drum, and surprisingly, the runes began to glow with a bright blue light. The ground trembled with each drum beat, and suddenly, a light path emerged from the forest, leading them to a deep and dark cave. Without thinking, the three friends put aside their fear and entered the gloom. The cave had walls covered with vines and crystals that reflected the light of their lanterns. In the background, they heard a whisper that seemed to guide them. As they moved forward, they began to find clues and puzzles on the walls, each one more challenging than the last. One of the puzzles spoke of a key of time, which, according to legends, could open portals to other worlds. But there was a problem. The last puzzle was a riddle that could separate them if they did not solve it together. After hours of riddles, they reached the end of the cave, where they found a door carved in stone, covered in symbols. It was time to face the riddle. They worked as a team, pooling their knowledge and skills. Sophia remembered the language her grandfather had taught her about the stars, while Thomas used his wits and Leo used his intuition. After an intense discussion, they managed to decipher the riddle, and the door slowly opened. Upon entering, they found themselves in an incredibly beautiful world, full of magical creatures and dreamlike landscapes. They soon realized that they were not alone. A dragon, guardian of the code of the forest, appeared before them, challenging them to prove their worth. The dragon, though imposing, offered them a test. Each would have to face their greatest fears in a challenge. Sophia had to cross a dreaded suspension bridge. Leo faced his phobia of darkness. Tomas had to tell a story before a tribunal of mystical creatures. With courage, each one overcame their fears and learned something about themselves. Impressed, the dragon revealed to them the secret of the forest code. True magic was not power, but friendship, bravery, and collaboration. The dragon offered them the option of taking a fragment of the code, which would allow them to bring the magic of friendship to their world. They returned to the village as heroes, not only because they had found a hidden mystery, but because they had learned the true meaning of adventure. Since then, the forest stopped being a feared place and became their best friend, always full of secrets and mysteries to discover. And so, in a small town on the edge of a vast enchanted forest, the legend of Sophia, Leo, and Tomas continued, inspiring generations to seek their own magic and not be afraid to discover what lies beyond the horizon.